This video is called Line 'em Up. This will be about linear equations. The first one we have right here is what is the equation graphed below? This equation is a horizontal line. This graph, is a horizontal line. To find the equation, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go to the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 4. Okay, so when it's a horizontal line, the slope is 0. So we have y equals 0x plus the y-intercept, which is 4. Well, 0 times x, well, that's 0. So the equation ends up being y equals 4. So right here, I'm going to go, and if you were doing this circuit, you would go to the next card that said y equals 4. The next problem says, what is the equation graphed below? This one is a vertical line. It goes up and down. It has a slope that is undefined. It never even touches the y-axis. It does not have a y-intercept. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, the x number is 4. So my equation is x equals 4. Because everywhere on this line, this is x, this is 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, 2, all of them are 4 and some number. So the equation is x equals 4. The next one you would go to right here is what is the slope of a line parallel to y equals 5x plus 3. When two lines are parallel, that means they have the same slope. In this equation right here, the number that's in front of x is the slope. This is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is 0, 3. The slope is 5. So if you want, when lines are parallel, they have the same slope. So that means that my slope, the next card you would find, is 5. So now I would come down here and it says, this one says, what is the slope of a line perpendicular to y equals 1/3 x plus 5? Okay, when a line is perpendicular, that means that they cross at a 90-degree angle. Well, the slope that we were given up here, oops, not down here, sorry, is 1/3. So I have 1/3. If it's perpendicular, what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over. It's going to be the reciprocal. So it's going to become 3 over 1, and since this is positive, this now will become negative. So it's negative 3. So you would go to the next card that says negative 3, and there's the next equation, or next question. It says, what is the equation of a line that passes through negative 2, negative 3, and 3, 12? To find the equation of this line, we need to build a table. So let me go over here. And I'm going to build my table. I have my x and my y's. One of the points was negative 2, negative 3. The other point is 3, 12. Okay, now what you're going to do is, the first thing you're going to do is delta y, the change in y. How do I get from negative 3 to 12? Take 12 minus negative 3, and it's plus 15, because you have to add 15 to get to 12. The second step is delta x. How do you get from negative 2 to 3? Plus 5. Now you have delta y over delta x. I have 15 divided by 5. And that's 3. So first I'm going to put delta y over delta x, or my slope goes first, so my 3 goes here. Then you put your x number. Well, I have negative 2, and then right here I have 3. To be really honest, you don't have to do the first one because I don't want to deal with the negative. So let's go down here and let's take 3 times 3. This gives me 9. The next one here, you have to add or subtract and find the y-intercept. Well, this is 9. What do you have to do to 9 to get to 12? You add 3. So your equation ends up being y equals 3x plus 3. So now I'll go and I'll find the next card that has y equals 3x plus 3. And the question now is this: what is the slope of y equals 1/2 x minus 5? I already said that the slope is a number in front of x, so this is 1/2. See, this negative 5, that's my y-intercept. So 1/2 is what I'm looking for. So I go and I find the card that says 1/2, and now I'll go to the next one. What is the y-intercept of the line that passes through 3, 7, and 6, 9? Well, on this one, let's build a table and put these points in there. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to build my table. I have x and I have y. I have 3, 7, and 6, 9. So I'm going to do delta y, the change in y, is plus 2, delta x plus 3. Remember to find the slope, delta y divided by delta x, 2 over 3. So this goes here at the beginning, 2/3 times my x. Well, I'm just going to do one of them. One of my x's is 3. If you multiply these two together, you end up with 2. What do you have to do to 2 to get to 7? Add 5. That's my y-intercept, remember? So my equation is y equals 2/3 x plus 5. So now I come over here. Oh, sorry, it says what is the y-intercept? Well, we just found the y-intercept to be 5. So the next card would be 0, 5. And I'd go down here to what is the equation of the line graph below? Well, first off, the easiest thing to start with is the y-intercept. 1, 2, 3. I know it's 0, 3. So on my equation, I know I have y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, b is the y-intercept. So y equals, I don't know the slope yet, so I'm going to leave a blank. But I know we just saw the y-intercept and it's plus 3. So let's go back and find the slope. This line is decreasing, so it's going to have a negative slope. From left to right, it's going down. I start here, and I'm going to count how many down and how many over to that x-intercept. Down 1, 2, 3, over 2. So my slope is negative 3 over 2. So that card I go and find, negative 3 halves x plus 3. The next thing said, what is the slope of the function y equals 4? On a graph, I know, you can even put it in the calculator, but if you put y equals 4 and it's a horizontal line, all slopes of horizontal lines are 0. So I would go and find the equation that said, or the answer, the card that said 0. The next one says, what is the y-intercept of the line that passes through 6, 5, and 6, 3? Well, let's build a table, or actually I'm not even going to build a table on this one. You can go through, we'll do it both ways here. X and Y. I've got 6, 5, and 6, 3. I'll do delta Y, negative 2, delta X is 0. Well, if I do delta Y divided by delta X, negative 2 divided by 0, it'll tell me it's an error. Well, what's going on? Well, that's because you can't divide by 0. If I went and I graphed these and I had 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 5, 6, 5, and 6, 3, look at my line. It's a vertical line. Does it have a y-intercept? Does it cross the y-axis? No, it does not. So when it says, what is the y-intercept? It is none. So I find the card that says none, and then I'll go here and I'll say, what is the equation of the line graph below? See, now people really shouldn't have written on the cards. So on this one, on the equation, first off, let's go to the y-intercept, plus 2. So y equals mx plus b. Y equals, I don't know the slope, x plus 2. So now my slope, how do I get from the y-intercept to the x-intercept? Down 2 over 3. Negative 2 over 3. There's my equation. So I go and I find the card that has that equation. And now this one says, what is the equation of the line that contains the points negative 415 and negative 827? Well, let's build a table. I'm going to go here. I'm going to have x and y, negative 4 and 15, and negative 8 and 27. Delta y, the change in y right there, is plus 12. Delta x, well, we're getting more negative, so it's minus 4. Delta y divided by delta x, 12 divided by negative 4, is negative 3. Remember, it goes here first. So I have negative 3, Then you put the x, multiply these two together, which is a positive 12. What do you have to do to 12 to get to 15? Add 3. I have y equals negative 3x plus 3 as my equation. So if I go and find the card that has that, there it is. Now it says, what is the constant of the function? Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 3. Constant is the same as the y-intercept. So let me go back over here for a second. Y equals mx plus b. This is just a review here. Remember, this is the slope. Now, another name for this is the coefficient. It is the rate of change. It is rise over run. And it is also delta y divided by delta x. Those are all names that the m could be. The b, this is the y-intercept, and it's also called the constant. So over here it says, what is the constant of the function? The constant is 3. So I go and find the card that has a 3. And the next question says, what is the slope of the line that contains the points negative 3, 13, and 1, negative 7? So I'm going to come over here and build my table again. I have negative 3, 13, and 1, negative 7. Let's see, x and y. Delta y, the change in y, I'm getting more negative. It's negative 20. You can take negative 7 minus 13 and get negative 20. Delta x plus 4. Delta y divided by delta x. Negative 20 over 4 is negative 5. Remember, delta y over delta x goes first, negative 5, then the x. So negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. You multiply these two. What do you have to do to 15 to get to 13? Subtract 2. I really didn't have to do that. It only asked me what is the slope. That's the slope, which is negative 5. I find the card, and negative 5 and negative 5 over 1 is the same. The next thing it says, what is the linear equation? Graph below. Again, I would go up to the y-intercept, 1, 2, 3, and I've got y equals something x plus 3. So now, looking here, my line is positive. It is going up. I'm going to start at the y-intercept. Now, I could start at the x-intercept and go up and over, or if I start at the y-intercept, I just go until I see where it crosses another line. See, if I went up 1 and over 1, that's not on the line. If I go up 2 and over 1, it's too soon. Up 1, 2, 3, and over 1, 2, ding, 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 it hits the line. So up 3 over 2. There's my equation. So when I go back over here, here's my equation. The next one says, what is the equation, or I'm sorry, what is the coefficient of the function y equals x? Well, this is always the way you have this. This is actually the linear parent function for linear equations. Okay, so in here we always have, if there's not a number, there's a 1 and a plus 0. See, this would be the y-intercept. This is the slope. So this is the slope that we're looking for. So we go here and I'd find the slope of 1. The next question says, what is the slope of the line that passes through 5, 4, and 5, 10? Well, if you notice something when we're building the table, look how the x's are the same. You can build a table, but you're going to find out that delta y over delta x is 0. See, because I go x and y, 5, 4, 5, 10. Right here, delta y is 6. Delta x, whoops, is 0. Delta y divided by delta x, 6 over 0 tells you error. You can't divide by 0. If you graphed it, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess, and I'll make this, let's see, 5, 4, and 5, 10. Again, we've got a vertical line. The slope of a vertical line is undefined. That's all you're looking for. So I go and find the card that says undefined. Then the next one says, what is the equation of a line that has a slope of 1/3 and contains the point -6, 1? Well, it just saved us some trouble when we went to go build our table. I will come over here and build a table. I will put in there the point -6, 1. It told me my slope already. The slope is 1/3. Remember, slope is delta y divided by delta x. So then I multiply it by the x, and it's times -6. When you multiply these together, you get -2. What do you have to do to -2? What do you have to add or subtract to -2 to get to +1? You add 3. Y equals 1/3 x plus 3. Now, there's my equation. I found that card. This one said, what is the y-intercept of a line that contains the point 2,5 and has a slope of 0? This time I'm going to come over and build a table again, because I have x and y. I have 2 and -5. Remember, my slope goes first, which is 0. 0 times x. X is 2. Anything times 0 is 0. What do you have to do to 0 to get to 5? Subtract 5. There's your y-intercept. It is 0, -5. It's a point. So now I go here and I find 0, -5. The next question says, what is the function graphed below? Well, my hand is shaking. Okay, let's see. It's 1, 2, 3, -3. So I have y equals something x minus 3. Let's find the slope. The line is increasing. It is going up. I go up 1 and over 1, 2, 3. So it is 1/3. So I go to that next card, and there it is. The next equation says, what is the y-intercept of y equals 3x? The y-intercept is that number added or subtracted at the end. Well, if there's not a number added there, added or subtracted, it's 0. Well, the problem was some people got confused when they did this card match, because 0, well, what's another name for the point on the graph where it's at 0? That point is 0, 0. Okay, so on 0, 0, another name for that is called the origin. And that would have been my very first answer on my first card that we started on, and that means that we got the circuit completed and we are done.